one of us loves a bargain, right? How does £179 for 3 forged wedges sound? That's just under £60 per club. Now in this box right here, I have Amazon's most premium wedge. And it's from Lazarus Golf. I think I'm saying that, Lazarus Golf. I think I'm saying that right. You've definitely seen this wedge on Amazon and thought, you know what, should I give it a go? Are they worth it? Forged wedges at that price? Is it too good to be true? Now, I've not actually even seen this wedge. I've just opened the top of this box to essentially stop me faffing around. Right, put that back on there. Interesting. There's definitely a lot of grooves on this face, and it's important to note that this wedge is legal. Now, first impressions, what do you think? You can see the grooves that you've initially got on the face here, but then you've sort of got this rounded sort of circular effect that works from sort of high left to high right of this golf club. On the back, it's not untidy too. I mean, the blue doesn't really give it much of a premium feel, but we've got this milled. This is a 56 degree, and we're going to be putting it to the absolute test. So first impressions, they look pretty good. But what do you think though? Get down in the comments below. Let me know what your first impressions of these are. Because very often with wedges, I also think anything short game based, how something looks is very important to how we sort of premeditate this club is going to perform. Now the reason why I got my phone in my hand here, this is what it says on their description. Pro quality without the price. Our premium forged golf wedges set was created for normal everyday golfers just like you. Weekend warriors or scratch golfers, but without the crazy price tag. Truly amazing golf clubs that save strokes at an amazing price. Well, I'm going to fully put this to the test. We're going to be hitting some full pitch shots, some bunker shots, some chip shots from the rough, from the fairway. What's the spin like? What's the feel like? To really know if this is value for money or not. And I guess why it's not. If they don't perform, it's not worth it. But just to put this in perspective, one of these is like the same price as like a Vokey and sort of that category of wedge. So I'll put a camera up by the greens just so we can see how that ball's spinning. Because it's a little bit of a blind shot for me here. So 69 yards, let's hit a few away. Like my first impressions of the feel of this club, the weight, is that it's a good weight. It's exactly how I'd like a wedge to be weighted. The grip feels a little thin, so that's maybe where we're saving price here, and we don't know what shaft it is apart from it's just steel. Now looking down on this 56 in particular, the one thing that I notice is it's sort of a fairly big head. And what I mean by this is it's quite rounded in profile on the top and on the bottom. Like if I hold that up here, you can really see that. 56, 69 yards. That's got juice at the ball. Oh, I hope you could see that by the green. That like it spun like a beauty. Right, ball number 2. That stood to attention quickly too. So those first 2 away and I'm seriously impressed. The feel, the weight, the sound is exactly what I'd expect from a wedge. So far so good. I love that flight. A little short, that first one was a cracker. Right, I just replayed that footage of the green cam and that spin on the first one. That was seriously impressive. That one though, I thought it was gonna be a bit long, but it spun right back in there. So I guess, what are you getting for your money? Let me just take all that mud off there. So it's a forged head, which they're saying gives you more forgiveness on those off-center hits, but it's this micro-milled face, which is really got me thinking. Like these grooves almost seem a little bit illegal. Like look at them, there. And then you've got those circular grooves that you can really see on that face too. Almost like extra help to create some spin. Very, very impressive so far. Right, let's pick them up and go and hit some shorter chips. We're gonna take on this slope a little bit. We're gonna go down here all the way to this flag. We've chosen a hard chip. This is what we're facing. We're going to try a few different shots. These are all from the rough, but after this, we're going to have a look at our bunker play with this wedge and then out the fairway. Those short chips, we want to create quite a lot of spin. Now, it's interesting. Straight away, I am getting the vibes that this is suitable for every golfer in the sense of the head is slightly oversized, in my opinion, slightly bigger because it's so rounded. The only thing that I would say is maybe that would put off a lower handicap player, but for the price point, we can't ask for everything. Right, we're going to try a few different shots here. We're going to open the face on this baby and see what happens with this one. What feel do we get? Taking the slope out. Ooh, did you see how quick that stopped? Okay, let's play this one a little bit lower, a little bit more sort of back foot up the slope and round. Go in. Are you absolutely joking me right now? That was beautifully low, a little bit of check, a little bit of rollout. It was dead weight. How did that miss? Go in. Action replay on that one. Come out low and spinny. Ooh. See how quick that stopped? Even out the rough. Feels like I've got to throw it a long way there. So as I mentioned, these come as part of a set and you can get a 52, a 56 and a 60. So I thought I'd have a look at what the actual reviews from real golfers look like. So if I just pull them up here, overall over 890 global ratings on this particular advert, I guess. 4.6 out of 5 stars. Very impressive. Then just to sort of summarise a few of the reviews here, one from a guy called Ian. Love these clubs, the quality is excellent considering the cost. For a 16 handicapper, there is little justification to spend any more. Lovely weight, lovely feel, bargain, purchased through Amazon. You can get them from their website as well, I think, but I got these through Amazon. Another one here, a great review and great value and top quality. And the final one, again, great value. Clubs arrived on time, really good quality and value, was spectacularly given the price, however worth the money. Have already recommended them to other friends. Now this is really interesting. Those 3 shots right there, considering they were out the rough, that spin was crazy. And you can sort of see, those grooves look really deep on the face. The grooves sort of milled on there, also give it a really spinny vibe. I'm seriously impressed. I really, really am. Right, let's hit some bunker shots. It is a little bit of a long bunker shot though, so there's bound to be a lot of spin on these. So here we go, first one away. Now, the one thing I'm gonna comment on here, that rounded look to this wedge feels very, very good in the bunker. It almost feels like you can collect that sand and the ball perfectly. Almost like a little bit of a scoopy shovel effect. First one away, came up just, well, perfectly really, spun and stopped to attention. The second one was even better. Flew it all the way to the flag, and that one really did stop. The final one, which I guess, it's such a hard shot, isn't it? Our long bunker shot, around 50 yards, came up a little short, but overall, I can't critique them. The shape's not my preference, but I can't grumble when I've hit shots like that. These two were a lot closer. Hey, I can't grumble. They were decent shots. Let's finish off with hitting some in the fairway. So I'm going to do these fairway shots a little differently. I'm going to play one from short of the green, one from a little bit closer on the side of the fringe. And let's experiment with some flights and see what the ball reacts like. This is what we're facing all the way back there. I'm going to try and learn from how those bunker shots and those chip shots out the rough performed and try and fly it all the way there. I wouldn't usually play it like this, but since I've only got a 56, I don't know what to say. The weight, I'm trying to find something wrong with it. I'm trying to. Now this is a toughie. Down this Mackenzie from up here. Real tight lie here. I know you could probably put this, but let's see what this can do. I duff that. Like a good duff. It stopped to attention. Like that bounce angle as well is really quite preferable and quite nice for me. And what I mean by bounce angle is the angle of the bottom of this club. Like it doesn't sit too proud. It doesn't actually say what bounce number it is. And I guess if you went and played somewhere that was really quite firm and you were at a golf course like that, maybe that would be an issue. But they seem to have sort of just gone mid-range bounce with this particular club. But as I open it, it's almost like they ground it down in the heel. It doesn't sit too proud around here. And usually on the club somewhere, you would have a bounce number. You can see we've got 56, we've got the milled, the logo, we've got, it says forged here, but no bounce, which is sort of this area. But it's almost like this is ground out a little bit here to not make the leading edge sit as proud. Which I guess this is where the question is, isn't it? Because when you're going for a premium brand, let's just say Vokey, you could even argue Cleveland, anybody, right? My point is, you can choose your bounce, you can choose your grind. That is what you can't do with this. So the statement about them being for low handicap weekend warriors, the question that I would say is, if you're a low handicap golfer, maybe not, let me know in the comments on this, you want that flexibility to choose the bounce that really suits you. But for the price, what can we expect? Like, I know this is a bold statement, but I've not had a wedge this spinny in years. I'm done. I am done. I am well and truly surprised. For the price, the quality is off the charts. Like I said, the only thing that I can really critique is the shape's not my preference. Did it stop me playing bad shots? Absolutely not. And that adjustability and that flexibility in terms of bounce and grind, you do not get. So that's the thing that I would say for a low handicap golfer. But genuinely, if you're looking for 3 wedges for a good quality at a great price point, that feel good, perform good, fair play. These are them. And look where those ones just finished. All from the fairway. Spinning and stopping. Thanks so much for watching. You all asked me to test these Lazarus wedges, and by the way, I've got some other stuff to try, so I did. So don't forget to comment down below exactly what you want me to test next.